Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Angie and I enjoy sharing different projects we have going on around our home. And y'all had requested more recipes. So today I am sharing one of our family's favorite recipes and we call it simple stuffed shells. And this ends up in our weekly menu planning at least once a week because we love it so much. And it's just a good meal to have during the weekday or the weekend. And I'm excited to share it with you today so you can start enjoying this yummy meal. I like to prepare my noodles first, so I put a pot of water on the stove and bring it to a boil, and then I add my pasta shells. These are the jumbo shells that I use. I get them at Walmart, and I add about 25 into my boiling water. I cook the pasta according to the directions on the side of the box, but this recipe only uses about 20 of these shells, but I cook a little extra in case any break or fall apart. And you could use those shells, but I like to have them whole so that they can hold the stuffing that you put into the shells. And then you just cook these, and while you are cooking these, you can prepare everything else for your stuffed shells. You can add any type of meat to these shells, but we like to use ground turkey. It's one of the healthier options. And so I'm just going to use 1 pound of this turkey, and I'm going to add it to my cast iron skillet. I love using a cast iron skillet in our kitchen, and I have a whole video about how I season it and how I take care of my cast iron, but I just always gravitate towards it when I'm cooking. So I'm just going to add my ground turkey to my pan and make sure that it's good and browned all the way through, no longer pink. I love this little tool that I got off of Amazon, and you can use it for ground turkey, ground beef, ground chicken, and it just kind of chops all of your meat up and makes it easier to cook. And I use this anytime I'm using any kind of ground up meat, and it just makes it a little bit easier. I'll add it in the description box below for you in case you're interested in it, but it really is a game changer with ground meat. I also love this little silicone handle that I add to my cast iron skillet. My sister bought this for me, and it's so helpful in the kitchen because it prevents getting burned from that handle. So now we've got the meat cooking and the pasta cooking, and while that is preparing, we are going to put the rest of this recipe together so that we'll have that ready when the shells are finished. So you're going to need a large bowl, and I've already put my 1 egg in the bowl. Going to need 15 ounces of ricotta cheese, some Italian style cheese, and Parmesan cheese. And then you'll need your beef mixture and some spaghetti sauce. So I'm going to start adding everything to this bowl next. I have half of the beef mixture here from what we cooked earlier, and I'm just going to add it to the rest of the ingredients here. And then you just mix everything together. Okay, so I get my big pan out for my shells, and I've already sprayed it with some cooking spray. This is the kind I use. And I've got 3/4 of a cup of my spaghetti sauce, and I'm just going to pour it in the bottom of my dish. And then I just spread it around so that it covers the bottom of the dish. After your pasta has cooked the desired amount of time according to the package directions, it is time to drain the pasta, and you want to run it under some cool water so that you cool the pasta off for the next step, and that is stuffing the meat mixture into the shells. With this step, you just want to take your cooled noodles and stuff the mixture into the shells. And you can put as little mixture or as much as you want to. I stuff our shells full of this mixture. I love it so much. It's so good. Just continue filling up all of your shells until your meat mixture is gone. This is what it looks like when all of your shells are stuffed, but we're not finished yet. We've got one more step because we've got the other half of that beef mixture that we left in our pan. We just added the rest of our spaghetti sauce into this beef mixture, stirred it up, and we're pouring it on top of our stuffed shells. And then just spread it out all over the shells so that it's completely covered with this top portion. And then we're going to add more cheese. So we divided that Italian style cheese at the beginning of the recipe, and now we're going to use the rest of it on top of our shells. And I just put this all over. You could do as much or as little as you like. We love cheese, so I really pour it on to our pasta dishes. And then after I put the Italian style cheese, I do also add Parmesan cheese on top of this. You could leave that out, or you could add even more cheese to the top of this. It's just whatever your preference is for this recipe. I pour the cheese on it. Next, you want to cover with tin foil, and you can keep this in the refrigerator and cook it for another day, which is a great option if you have a busy weekday coming up. You can have this prepared and just put it in the oven and cook it. But I put it in a 350-degree oven for 40 minutes, and then I remove the tin foil and cook it for another 10 minutes until the cheese is melted. And this is what it looks like. It is so good, and I hope y'all try it and add it to your weekly meal planning. And let me know how you like it. We love it so much, and we just serve it with garlic toast and a salad. And we usually have leftovers so we can have this meal 2 nights in a row, which is really great when you're meal planning for a family, and it just saves you a little extra time. So let me know how you like it if you try it, and if you would like to see more videos like this. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.